Think about what it takes to survive in the wild. Animals are constantly tested by their environments. To stay alive, you have to adapt. That means evolving traits that help you blend in to hide, or developing explosive speed to chase down a meal. The logic here is incredibly practical. If a physical trait helps an animal survive long enough to have offspring, that trait gets passed on to the next generation. If it doesn't, that trait disappears entirely. This is a portrait of Charles Darwin. When he formulated his theory of natural selection, he summarized this practical process as survival of the fittest. It beautifully explained why animals are so well suited to their environments. Following this logic, nature should be a factory for perfect efficiency. Every creature should be sleek, camouflaged, and built strictly for survival. But look at this bird. A peacock has a massive, heavy tail that drags behind it. It requires extra food to grow. It makes the bird incredibly easy for predators to spot, and it physically weighs the bird down when it tries to escape. This is the skeleton of the extinct Irish elk. Those antlers spanning across the top weighed up to 88 pounds. In a dense forest, running away from a predator with those strapped to your head would be a deadly hazard. Evolution is actually playing two separate games. The first game is surviving. The second game is reproducing. When the drive to attract a mate completely overrides the need to be practical, we get a process called sexual selection. Why would a female look at a male carrying around a dangerous, heavy liability and decide that he is the perfect mate? Biologist Ahmad Sahavi proposed an answer called the Handicap Principle. Imagine watching a foot race. If someone wins the race wearing standard running gear, they are fast. But if someone wins the race while carrying a heavy backpack, you know they possess incredible strength. This animation illustrates how that logic applies to animals. A massive physical burden, the heavy weight on the left, can only be offset by incredible internal strength on the right. A sick or genetically weak animal would simply die trying to carry that much extra weight. Look at this display. To a female peacock, that vibrant, exhausting tail is proof of health. It is an honest signal. The male demonstrates that his disease resistance and genetics are so good, he can afford to waste energy on a spectacular ornament and still survive. The physical handicap serves a direct purpose. It proves genetic quality to a potential mate in a way that cannot be faked. Once a trait is considered attractive, how does it grow to proportions that seem biologically absurd? In the 1930s, a biologist named Ronald Fisher tackled this exact question. He outlined a concept we now call Fisherian Runaway selection. This diagram maps out his idea. When a female chooses a mate with a slightly longer tail, two things happen to her offspring. Her sons inherit the genes for a longer tail, and her daughters inherit the preference for a longer tail. The physical trait and the desire for it get locked together. Over generations, this creates a feedback loop. The tail gets longer, the preference for it gets stronger, and the cycle repeats. The trait snowballs, pushing the animal to physical extremes. This runaway train of attraction keeps rolling until the physical cost becomes absolutely lethal. The trait will stop growing only when natural selection steps in and physically prevents the animal from surviving at all. Some animals take a different path entirely. Instead of growing a heavy, dangerous physical feature, they alter the world around them. This image shows a bowerbird. Rather than developing flashy feathers, the male bowerbird has transferred his display into his environment. He builds an intricate twig theater called a bower and decorates it with carefully chosen objects. This schematic demonstrates a strategy known as a sensory trap. The male arranges objects on his court from smallest to largest. To a female watching from inside the bower, this layout creates a forced perspective optical illusion. It distorts her depth perception and makes himself look larger than he really is. These birds have evolved to manipulate perception. They are hacking the female's brain, winning the mating game through architecture instead of putting their own bodies at risk. This bizarre collection of strategies, from honest handicaps and runaway feedback loops to complex optical illusions, reveals that the drive to mate is just as powerful as the drive to survive. The bowerbird proves that a signal of quality doesn't have to be part of the body to be effective. It can be built from external objects, like that blue plastic cap, which indicate the male has the time, energy, and cognitive skill to spare. Humans apply this exact same logic when we choose fashion that is impractical or designer items that offer no survival benefit. Our complex brains have taken these ancient biological drives and translated them into modern cultural status symbols. Whether it's a high-performance car or an expensive watch, these possessions function as a human version of a bower, a way to demonstrate our fitness and resourcefulness to the world around us. The next time you see extreme extravagance in nature or in your own neighborhood, remember that you're looking at millions of years of sexual selection. It isn't foolishness. It's a deeply rooted biological imperative functioning exactly as designed.